Okay, so this might be the last video that I record tonight, but it just seemed like a great day to do this. It's pretty quiet around here, and I was inspired. And so, yeah, it's a marathon. Anyway, so this junk journal is gigantic. It really, really is. But it's just full of love and yumminess. I really, really, really had fun making this. It's made out of an old French dictionary, and just as usual, bound with the seam binding. And I never get these straight, and I don't even care. I really don't. Um, Inca gold all over some stenciled designs on the back, and I think probably did do some on the front too, but it's pretty much covered up with all of this mixed media sort of collage of paper flowers and some metal pieces that are enameled with embossing powder, things like that. So this is like a Tim Holtz knob. Thought it worked perfect. And then this book is, let's see, so it's about 5.5 by 8, and then at the spine it's about 2 1/8, and then here at the opening we're at like 5 inches. Really, it's about 5 inches wide here. Just packed full of tags and pretty much every page in this book is sewn on the machine. Took quite a long time to make this book, and I really added a lot to it. So I don't have this listed yet on Etsy. And I don't know if I'm going to. I might wind up just keeping this one until I don't know, whatever. maybe someone will maybe someone will see this and and want it. I don't know. Anyway, so basically there's the cover, and I do have this on my Instagram as well. So I have not figured out how to edit my Instagram posts from my computer with links and things like that, but I'm working on it. So we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. We'll see how this goes. Anyway, so I'll just do a flip and try to show as much as I can without being too redundant. Anyway, just like a lot of little jewels and things like that. Some keys, and this little leaf right here came off of this gaudy old necklace that I bought at a garage sale. And it just has a bunch of these leaves, and you can't even hardly recognize it anymore. But they're really fun. So anyway, so let's go. Um, kind of kind of heavy. It's like this book is very heavy. It probably weighs, I don't know, 3 pounds or so. But anyway, so there's some tags and things like that, obviously. Like I said before, I've been saving the strings that I pull off of, like um, what's this? There's paper in there. Um, Canvas or duck cloth, and just saving that string and using it on my tags, just because I really like the look of it. So anyway, that one's stuck in there. I'll have to figure that out. And I did do some stamping on a lot of the tags and the pages. I have a whole bunch of little peg stamps that I bought recently, and so I just kind of went through the book and just some cute little images throughout. Anyway, and then these I have a Brother Scan and Cut too that I really should use more than I do, but that's what I use to cut out these tabs, and I really like it for that, for cutting out multiples of the same thing over and over. Same with this little shape. So did a lot of stitching on this book. So, and who knows, I might go back and add some more stuff. See, here's a little butterfly. Lots of little booklets, things like that. This is primarily all of the paper is coffee dyed in this book. So I did add like quite a few little tags and details and stuff in this book. Some of that ledger paper that I love from that counter ledger at the train station I found. And I did gesso a lot of the pages in this book. These are pages out of the French dictionary. And then I sanded them so they're really smooth, so you could definitely, write on those. And I'm sure you'll recognize some of these papers. Just some little pieces of ledger there. And this is from this paper is actually from the Flow Book for Paper Lovers 4. It's the newer one. And I just thought it was very, I don't know, kind of French sort of feel. So I don't know. So I included that. Coffee dyed, of course. And then I also have a gazillion stamps, like foreign stamps, canceled ones. So I just, stuck them throughout this whole entire book. Lots of little flips and things like that too in here. And this is like a little trifold that's made out of a piece of book paper. Not from the dictionary, it's from some other book. But some little tags. These are not tuck spots, they're just little decorations on the pages. I really had fun making this book. It turned out a lot bigger than I thought it was going to, a lot fatter, but this is a tuck spot. I just don't have anything in there at the moment. So it's pretty fun. There's a lot going on in here. This one's pretty junky, I guess you would say. Just a lot of randomness. But I love these stamps. I mean, some of the images on these stamps are so cool. Like, they're just little teeny little pieces of art, and I love that. Yeah. Oh, I thought I had lined it. Definitely no, color scheme or anything like that to this book, but I guess I did sort of repeat the French theme a little bit, just like with the Eiffel Tower and that kind of thing. So I have just a bunch of little tiny tags and things like that in here. It's one of the glassine bags that I coffee dyed and dried in the oven. I thought it worked out pretty cool. And then there's a bunch of these little flip-ups in here too. There's one back here I didn't show. Little tiny butterfly. This is another one of the butterflies that I enameled with the embossing powder. I definitely spent a lot of time on this book. Just mostly stitching, mostly sewing. I really like how these little flips work. I try to make sure that when things flip out that you could actually write on that, you know, like so it's not like out here, that you can actually use it the way it flips out. I hope that makes sense. Some more of my favorite ledger paper. Eventually I'm going to run out of this paper and it's going to be a sad day. I cherish every piece of it. I'm sure I'll probably find another one. Anyway. This is actually a little pocket. Lots of pockets in this book. Lots of little hidden butterflies. This is tissue paper that I glued together, like a double layer of tissue paper, and then stitched it together. So it's pretty sturdy. Another coffee dyed glassine bag. Yeah, there's a little leaf right there. Lots of writing space in this book. I wish I was actually a journaler. Like, I don't journal anything. Maybe one day I'll start journaling. I have enough journals. It's just yumminess. This was probably on the bottom of the pan. Just a couple little pieces of paper. And I inked around the edges and stuff like that. I really took my time on this book. Lots of butterflies. I'm going to flip out. There's a butterfly. I guess this, I forgot to mention, this has 5 signatures. 5 signatures in the book. I think that's from Jackie. That little heart. Jackie's good to me. She's my very first subscriber. She's been very supportive of me and encouraging, and I really appreciate it. I need that sometimes. So, thank you, Jackie. I love coffee dyed paper. I just do. I mean, I love it. It's a little booklet. I'm sure I'll eventually not be attached to this book, but at the moment, I'm kind of in love with it. I like this. I cannot throw away a piece of paper to save my life. Like, I keep every piece of paper that well, I mean, I don't keep all my junk mail anymore, but I used to. I definitely have a thing for paper. I think a lot of us do. There's just something about the way it feels. And so I use cooling racks on the cookie sheet when I bake the paper, and it makes this cool line on the paper. So I try to be aware of what is down on the cookie sheet when I'm drying the paper in the oven, so that I can get those lines. And then sometimes halfway through I'll rotate the paper, like take the wetter stuff and put it, mix it up so that I get more lines. Like this little guy stitched on there. Piece of like stretchy lace. Butterflies. Inka Gold. This is a tuck spot. This is only the fourth signature. It seems like it's never ending. But it's a big book. I kind of went around on the edges of the tabs with the Inka Gold before I glued them in there. This is another just a little trifold deal. Tag. And I even coffee dyed a bunch of duck cloth or canvas that I like to use in different spots. One thing I will say, if you don't like the smell of coffee, you probably would not enjoy this, but I love it, so. There's some more of this strings off of the canvas. Trifold. Oh, there's a typewriter on there. Oh, it's a little envelope that I made out of the book paper. The fifth signature. I don't know. Can a junk journal be too fat? I don't know. Not even sure if that's possible. I do actually have another one that I made a long time ago that is huge. It's absolutely huge. Maybe I'll do a video on that one. It's super thick. It's like that thick and heavy. Like this one. This is just like an old piece of paper that was in with all those stamps, and it's so cool and like, I don't know. I don't even know what it is. I think it was the inside of an envelope. Like a security envelope. Coffee dyed yumminess. I keep thinking I'm going to do a junk journal with like a travel theme kind of idea, but I don't know. Every time I do that, it just gets lost. So I don't know. I'll work on that. And I just want to say that there are so many people on YouTube that I absolutely worship and really, really, really enjoy watching all of your videos. And, you know, anybody who makes junk journals or, you know, does anything remotely crafty with paper, I have probably watched at least one or all of your videos. I don't comment on videos often, if at all, which I probably should. But I watch so many of them that it would be really, really hard for me to comment. And um, I will definitely be aware of those channels that I subscribe to and that I like to watch. And wherever I use some idea that I've gotten from somebody on one of those channels, I will definitely try to give credit to those people, because I feel like that's the right thing to do. I've just recently found myself in a position where I feel like that could eventually be reciprocated, and so I didn't really feel like it was necessary to keep track of where I get my ideas from or anything like that, but I will definitely try to be aware of that from here on out. So depending on where this journey takes me. So anyway, just thought I would share that one with you guys, and hopefully um, you like it as much as I do. Anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you for all of your, you know, awesome ideas. Everybody that participates on YouTube with sharing your ideas and your inspiration. All right. Have a good night. Bye.